Previously on Story Hoard.
I thought we were square.
Yes, we heard you were having some problems with management around here.
Whatever bug is in his brain is already everyone's problem here.
I believe that he has become under the influence of something that he's been tinkering with in his workshop.
Momori, you go to reach for this box on the shelf. You are thrown backwards. You cannot touch this thing. Sildra, you reach for the box, and you pick it up.
Picks up the notebook and rifles through it.
It looks like a summoning circle. Gnosti has a very firm hand on Bobino's shoulder. He is going to be the star of the show, to which Gnosti disappears himself and Bobino. You guys decide to make your way back to camp, and the scene that unfolds as you approach the settlement is a chaotic mess. You hear people shouting back and forth. You see clowns storming away, throwing their jangly caps on the ground in protest of whatever's going on. You see Effie trying to do as much damage control as she can, but you can see this woman is at a loss for the just situation unraveling in front of her.
Disconcerting.
Yeah, where is Mateo and Sildra? Or Mateo and Rami, excuse me.
Mateo and Rami, I think they're a little bit further in the encampment. When you guys approach, you see the big top, you see a few other personal tents and caravans off to the side. Mateo and Rami, you were a little bit closer to Gnosti's trailer, kind of around the back. So you're not like immediately obvious, but you walk deep enough into the scene unfolding.
We're the two not clown people.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. All right, Momori rolls up to Mateo. Hey, Mateo. How's it going?
Oh, it's going really great, Momori. I'm glad that you're here again. So,
Awesome.
Bobino is part of this whole. You know how we saw like some kind of summoning circle thing in his notes?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Bobino's at the center of it.
Oh, good.
Perfect. So our plan to get out of Dodge here.
And he's off somewhere with Gnosti now, so that's great.
Alone?
I don't know, I assume.
Great.
Oh, good. Even better. Even better.
Great. All right. So okay, damage control. Okay. Where's friggin' buff clown lady?
Effie.
Where's Effie? Grace. She's rolling around doing damage control.
Yeah, she's going around trying to keep clowns from quitting en masse in response to Gnosti absolutely losing his mind and kidnapping a small child.
Perfect.
She's, like I said, running back and forth, but she's, quote, accessible.
All right. Yeah. Momori rolls up to Effie and kind of like grabs her by the shoulder. Hello. No time for formalities. Where's your boss?
Hand on her forehead, kind of whipping her eyes at you as she's trying to remind herself who you are and then also take in the rest of the situation. She says, "Kid, if I had the answer to that, I think I'd have less of a absolute dumpster fire on my hand right now, don't you think? Why on earth would he take a kid? I mean, listen, like, I know this guy's got his, like, plans and things, but Bobino's he's a sweetheart. He's not the most competent partner in crime you could ask for."
Effie, I don't think your boss took this kid. I think your boss is under the control of something else. I mean, think about it. He wouldn't.
I don't know what he would or wouldn't do anymore. He's nothing like the guy I used to know. I mean,
If you would like to contemplate this at a later time, when we're not in crisis mode, where would he go?
glances around and then glances over at the big top behind her. She says,
All right. Thank you for the information. Momori jerks her arm at the big top and motions for the rest of the crew to follow, and then takes off sprinting towards the big top.
Off we go.
I'm sorry, I love Effie, but
Nope, this is
I
great.
can't get into another conversation with another NPC. More emotional damage. We need to throw bombs.
We've had enough
I'm
emotional
itching to
damage
throw
today.
hands.
You need physical catharsis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mateo just wants to say to Effie, like he's gonna chase after Momori, but whatever he has planned with Bobino, you need to make sure it doesn't happen to him because there's a good chance Bobino will not be Bobino either after this whole thing tomorrow.
Jesus! What is that supposed to mean?
Not wrong.
got that information? I can see like Mateo saying this as he runs by.
Young, impressionable mind.
Perfect.
Effie is gobsmacked and then is quickly being overrun by like 3 more clowns who are all shouting at her, being like, "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" Chaos unfolding as the 4 of you race over to the big top tent, which is seemingly unattended by any of the clowns, who all seem to be running rampant in the rest of the camp.
Perfect. Mori throws open the cloth door.
Mm.
We're entering the tent.
The 4 of you enter through the oversized entrance to the big top tent, the heart of the Heretic's troupe. And it is a massive, sprawling enclosure. Striped scarlet and white banners and fabrics that decorated the outside of it have been hastily and shoddily painted over with emerald green strips. But the interior is similar to what you saw several weeks back when you were invited in for a meal with the troupe. Still the same large setup, large rows of seats that frame the perimeter of the performance area, which is enclosed in a very tight dirt circle. You can see up through to the top of the ceiling. It's maybe 100 feet high. It's a massive tent. The uppermost corners are dark and in shadow. You can't see to the top of the tent, and you can see various trapezes and ropes and high wires ascending up into the dark. You see various circus equipment littered around the general perimeter, boxes and crates of batons and torches, various juggling acts. You see crates of animal feed, cages that would assumedly hold various trained beasts. All around, it seems like things are just getting set up for a big, big show. And in the center of this ring is a tiered stage, a 3-tiered, tall stage, the top of which is obscured in the shadows above. It's quiet.
Mori walks out into the middle of the circus.
A spotlight
Jesus,
from above.
I'm not ready for that.
A spotlight from above shines down onto you, Momori, and ethereal claps abound as you are front and center in this ring.
Mori kind of twists around, like looking for the source of this.
The stands are completely empty, but the whole of the arena is filled with cheers and applause.
Ew.
Don't like that.
All right, guys, this is really creepy.
Wow, this guy has to create his own applause.
Another spotlight onto you, Mateo, and a round of boos. Boo! Get him out of here.
Okay, well, this is weird, but there's got to be some kind of system here, you know, of magical situation that's making this happen.
Yeah, like a guy in the dark.
Ew. I mean, I guess. Okay, can Momori investigate this?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a 2. I don't think I really have much for perception or investigation.
Yeah, Momori, on a 2, there's no one in the stands, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that there's just a bunch of invisible clowns waiting in the wings, waiting to jump you guys.
Cool.
Okay, can I investigate?
Yeah.
Literally anyone.
9 plus 4, 13.
Respectable.
On 13 investigation, Mateo, you look around. This is definitely some sort of charm or illusion creating these magical effects, and it's almost certainly coming from somewhere in like the shadowy bits that you just can't see through.
It's not an invisible clown force? Ugh.
What? I definitely thought there was some sort of invisible army getting ready to attack us right now.
No, it's like I said, there's just a guy somewhere in the shadows, and we all know who it is.
And laughter.
Oh. Oh. All right. Well, I'm kind of getting pissed now. Momori kind of starts checking around seats, trying to find the source of whatever this creepy noise is.
Yeah. Mamori, as you're investigating, you guys start to hear, a smattering of like, ooh, like you're getting close, like playing hot and cold, as you flip over different chairs and seats.
Hmm.
Silver, make a perception check for me, please.
I'm just sitting on the sidelines. I'm not trying to get a spotlight on me. That's a nat 20.
Dang. Soldier be perceiving.
Sildra, be perceiving.
That's what you get for not getting involved.
Sildra, oh my goodness. On a nat 20, you know that whatever is going on is not real. The applause, the spotlights, this is artifice through and through. And you can tune it out with surprising ease. The jeers and the canned laughter and the applause fade away as you try really hard to hear what's actually going on. And you do hear something cut through. It sounds like jingling bells, and it's coming from the top of the tiered stage in the center. And as you squint your eyes and really look hard through the dark, you can just see the faintest glints of jingling bells and shining chains up at the very top of it.
I'm sorry, chain?
Another spotlight on top of Sildra.
They try to get away from the spotlight. I'm assuming it's not working.
Nope. This thing is tracking you. Rami is seeing all of this going down, because Rami's here too.
Uh-huh.
And he's been trying to...
Just about to ask.
Poor egg boy.
He's been trying to keep a cool head, but with the jeers and the spotlights coming, he finally says, alright, whatever's going on in here, just cut the jokes and just hand the kid over, come on. And with the fourth spotlight on Rami, you hear the sounds of the audience cut entirely out. And from the rafters, you hear faint organ music playing. A little oompapa as slowly... What?
What does that mean? What does that word mean?
What's the oompapa?
Okay, I'm thoroughly entertained. And also, well, a little confused, but okay, continue. I'm sorry.
Spooky circus
I'm ruining
music.
your moment. All right.
Spooky Oompas. We all know them.
Spooky Oompas. I like how none of you questioned how dumb I am. You just like started making the noise for me. I appreciate all of you.
Well, once you hear it, you understand it.
Oh yeah, completely.
The sound of ominous organ music starts filling the room. From all around, you hear a very familiar voice. If it isn't our esteemed, yes, dear friends from Hearth. I dare say I was hoping our paths would cross again. Well, you're just in time for an extra special performance. My greatest act yet. Uh-huh.
Is this voice coming from the same place that Sildra sees the chains?
Yes.
Can Sildra try and fish the thing out of the shadows?
With your fishing rod?
How much fishing line do you have?
Depends on how far away it is.
So, I want to say it's like 30 feet in the air.
So it's 100-foot tall
But I
tent.
don't...
Hey, As a Minnesotan in, through and through, and having been on many vacations with people who do a lot of fishing, I think Sildra's rod has the reach.
I think so.
Oh my
Hold
god.
on. Average rod.
Average fishing line? Do you have 30 feet
real
of fishing line?
fishing
That's just to
line.
get up to the top.
Doing research.
1,000 yards of line.
Oh my god.
125 yards, which is yards to feet. 375 feet. So I think we're covered, Grace.
Oh my
Sildra can bring this whole tent down. The single hook.
Sildra
Yes.
can bring this whole tent down plus like 3 more tents on top.
Now, Sildra,
I feel like
Yes?
that's athletics.
That-
Can you throw
that's
out
Dex.
all of that line?
I feel like that would be Dex.
I would say
Okay.
Sure, whatever's
Dex, and
stronger.
it's in the wrist. It's in the wrist, dude.
oh my god. I would say, so here's the thing. You rolled a nat 20. You are seeing this target that does not think it can be seen right now. But this is a wild throw. So what I would have given you disadvantage on, I will give you advantage back. So just roll straight. Roll straight, dex or athletics, whatever is stronger for you.
Okay. No pressure.
Sildra does this all the time.
Oh, it's another nat 20. It's
You're
another nat 20.
kidding!
No, I can take a picture.
Kevin, we believe you.
It's a nat 20 plus 3 dexterity.
Oh my god. Just bring the whole tent down. We win! We pull Nasty down by his underwear.
Oh my god. Wasn't expecting this.
We've
I'm
solved your
Sorry.
creepy boy puzzle.
You did.
Yeah.
Well,
We solved your organ music.
hold on.
We solved your Phantom of the Opera.
But-
Whoa!
Sildra,
Mm-hmm.
as Gnosti is monologuing through the dark, one by one torches are starting to be lit around the big top, slowly illuminating and bringing light to this space. And the light is slowly and surely centralizing towards the center tiered stage. And as he is monologuing, you take your trusted fishing rod and you reel back. And as you cast, you get a glimpse of the hook as it flies forward and through and into the dark. And for just a second, you can see it flash a brilliant green before landing somewhere in the dark and snagging True. Gnosti very immediately cuts off whatever he was about to say as you give a solid tug and you remove with your rod and reel back the mask of the Evergreen monarch that Bobino was wearing. And suddenly,
Yeah.
a voice cries out, "Please, get me down from here!
Bomori's head jerks up. Bobino? Bobino, is that you?
Please, I don't want to be up here!"
Alright, creep. Let the kid go.
Young Master Bobino simply doesn't recognize the truly magnificent opportunity he's bound to be a part of.
Bomori pulls out Nugget with the metal head on it. Alright, where's the nearest stairs or ladder up into these rafters?
No need for that now. I understand this doesn't look fantastic, young Memori. But please hear me out.
Alright, here's the thing. Here's what you're gonna do is first of all, you're gonna let the kid go, and second of all, you're gonna get out of our creepy clown friend's head. Alright?
Creepy. I mean, I understand it. I've had a bit of an awakening, one can say, but I'm still the Troupe master you know and love.
Gnosti, you're being mind controlled by an old god, alright? A real, well, I guess old wannabe god, really. So gonna need you to snap out of it, like, immediately. And then, you know, I don't know, get your crap together, dude. This isn't, I mean, clearly this isn't like you. Have you looked in the mirror lately? You're, like, in all green.
Oh, you sweet child. I really must thank you all. It's because of the three of you that I've even found the revelation.
Alright, guys, I don't think you can be reasoned with. I tried my best.
Another set of torchlights illuminate the very top of the tiered stage. And at the top, you do finally see little Bobino, hands bound in glittering chains, keeping him tied to the top of the stage, face blotchy and red, and standing directly behind him, you do finally see Troupe Master Gnosti in his emerald glory, beaming down at you with brilliant, shining green glasses. Smiling down at the four of you, he claps his hands together. The torches around Bobino's level go from brilliant red flames to a sickly green. He says, "Now, tonight's really meant to just be a dress rehearsal. Something to get us prepared for the big show tomorrow. Not all the pieces are in place tonight for what I have planned, or me and my collaborator, so to say. But I'd be more than happy to give you all a sneak preview as to what exactly is going to go down tomorrow. I assure you, it's a sight for sore eyes."
Alright, how tall is, where is Gnosti again? Like, how far above us is he? 30 feet?
He's about 30 feet above you, and y'all roll me some initiative.
I rolled a 3.
Well, you might get a plus to initiative.
Oh, yeah.
I got a 16.
17.
Oh, I do have a +2 to initiative. That's a 5.
Rami got an 11.
Wow. Jesus, why are you guys so quick your feet? Or he's like underneath a chair.
You're looking through your weapons.
Yeah.
Take off your backpack, start rifling through.
Like, I'm just picking.
Guys, give me a second. Give me a
Hold
second.
up. No need to go so fast.
Zildor, you said you rolled a 17?
Yes.
Nice. All right, well, you're first in the order.
Woohoo! I don't know what I'm gonna do.
No, cast Fireball and hit the stilts that the stages are constructed on.
Then we have to crush the child.
Well, someone's got to catch him.
He's all chained up in like the middle
Listen.
of everything that would collapse. I don't think that would go well.
Bobino is 30 feet in the air,
Oh man, I was
so move wisely.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's young.
Listen, his round little child body.
He'll bounce.
There's nothing could go wrong here.
He'll pounce.
You're right. That's not a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what like class Gnosti is?
Wouldn't you like to know?
'Cause I'm trying to decide whether or not to use Mind Spike.
He's a clown.
And that depends on how good his wisdom is.
He's a clown.
How good do you think his wisdom is?
I don't think it's good, but I could be surprised.
Kev, it's time to mess around, and later we'll find out.
I suppose that's true. All right. Gnosti, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Well, that was a nat 1.
Oh, actually good.
Full of wisdom, this guy.
Oh no. He's
Really clear-headed right now.
So
on a nat 1.
So that's gonna mean that it's a
Oh,
crit.
Huh?
Let me get my d8s out.
Oh
Hang
boy.
on. D6.
How embarrassing
D.
for the monarch and for Gnosti.
The monarch tried to take control of the one character
Right.
with authority issues. I don't think it's going well for him. Oh, that's definitely not going well for him.
I'm so scared.
You should be very
Uh,
scared.
Don't be scared. So that's going to be a
Jesus.
21, if I'm counting that right.
God.
And then I don't know how you want to do, like if you want to do the critical damage stuff.
I feel like because it's to our advantage right now, we should be doing that.
Yeah.
42?
We just look over and
I
he hits the
mean-
floor.
Gnosti's dead.
He's not dead. Oh my
He just
god.
got the worst headache.
I mean, Soldier, do me a favor. Can you read me the effects of Mind Spike one more time? Because I think this is going to change what I had planned for this encounter.
You reach into the mind of one creature you can see within range. The creature must make a wisdom saving throw, taking 3d8 psychic damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. On a failed save, you also always know the target's location until the spell ends, but only while the two of you are on the same plane of existence. While you have this knowledge, the target cannot become hidden from you, and if it's invisible, it gains no benefit from that condition against you.
Awesome.
And that lasts up to 1 hour.
So I'm just gonna throw away a bunch of these notes. Sildra, you spike into Gnosti's mind, and his initially jolly demeanor that he's had as you are all, assembled in here. And he has seemed sincerely affable. It doesn't seem like he's trying to intimidate. He seems, in all of this, incredibly genial. And then you spike into his mind, and the friendly facade is overwritten with an intense kind of pain that he cannot fake his way through. And Sildra, as you spike into his mind, you get a flash of bright green eyes for just a moment before he shakes his head and tries to regain his composure. But my goodness, did you take a bite out of this guy's health? He stares down at you, Sildra, glasses askew, hair shaken madly from its perfectly coiffed little dew, and any pretense of happy to see you is wiped clean. Ah, little Sildra, the one with the magic touch. Now, I really should thank you. I mean, it's because of you that we're in this situation at all. I really had no idea what was going on with those strange relics that I stole off that historian, but you... Oh, something about you, Sildra, really woke them up. And if this, wonderful little headache you've given me is any indication, you've got quite the knack for this evergreen magic, don't you?
Evergreen magic.
It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? That's why I've decided to kind of coin it, Some little inspirations struck me one night as I was fiddling away, trying to figure out what makes these things tick. After I foolishly sent you all away with those relics. Well, come to find out, the remnants of my little automatons weren't completely dead after all. No, one by one, they were slowly transforming into something different. Any sense of previous godhood or god-touchedness had been totally overwritten by this new, different magic. Oh, I was studying it for days trying to crack it. And as he's monologuing at you, he's skipping around the stage, jumping down from the platform with Bobino, and stalking forward with a little jig in his step. He's twirling around a massively long bullwhip, and cracking it this way and that, striking and lighting the various torches surrounding the various stage levels.
I'm next in the order, right?
You sure are.
Okay. Don't come any closer. And Mateo's gonna do Gust and an Intimidation, please and thank you. 13 plus 7 Intimidation. That'll be a
Ooh.
dirty 20, please.
Very cool.
Yay. Let's see. What am I rolling against Intimidation?
Charisma? I don't know. Yeah, and Intimidation's a charisma thing, so...
Okay. Oh, well, unfortunate, because he has +5 to his charisma.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see him roll good.
He rolled a 15
Let's see him roll.
+5, so he also rolled a 20.
Fine.
Tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm. Will the tiebreaker go to the...
No, he wins.
Yeah. So you rolled a gust of wind to look scary, specifically, or were you trying to, like, blow him off?
Look, I'm magic. I'm intimidating you. Like I did to the old man who gave me the gloves.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Gnosti looks down at you as you whip up a gust of wind, trying to blow yourself up a little bit bigger. And he stops and lets out a dry little laugh and says, "Little tempest indeed. So you were in cahoots with the god of the storms. How unsurprising." What's really surprising is just how weak it really seems to be. I mean, my goodness. For someone who talks a big game, you really are incredibly underwhelming, young man. It's Gnosti's turn, and with that, he is going to hop down another level. He is going to strike at you, Mateo, with his bullwhip.
What'd you
You're
get?
rolling like me,
That
Grace.
was a 2.
That's pathetic. Don't even have to use my shield.
You sure don't.
He just misses?
It's the headache.
He goes and cracks the whip above your head. Still pretty close for comfort, but it doesn't quite hit you, but it does sound off a pretty nasty sounding crack. He cracks his whip loudly over your head as Rami pushes forward challengingly. He says, "Whatever business you've found with this Evergreen monarch, you are in way over your head. Do you have any idea what you're really messing with here? This guy is not your friend. This isn't anyone's friend or ally or anything. You're about to unleash something awful onto this world." Rami's just kind of hoping to talk this guy down before really taking an action. I think Gnosti looks at him, says, "You're new. Tell me, what business do you have with me, young man? Also from this little backwater town? Also a slave to the gods and those who would do their bidding? I'll be happy to let you know there's a new order coming around that I find is going to be just so much more exciting for you."
You don't have to talk to him, he just likes the focus.
What can I say? I was born to be a star.
And where's your crowd?
Oh, they'll be here. Don't you worry. Like I said, tonight.
Where's your clowns? Where's your troupe? I saw a bunch of them quitting just right now.
All the better. I can't afford to have any half-baked, half-hearted performers in my midst for the show tomorrow. No. The real performers. The real dedicated ones. They're the ones that will be most deserving of the gifts that will be bestowed upon all of us. Can you tell me, young man, what would you do to have unlimited magical power at your fingertips without the use of a singular god? Because boy, do I have a pitch for you!
I already have that.
Say what you will, Storm Acolyte. I've got something even more powerful. Rami is looking at this guy, and he is just unsettled by him. Rami doesn't know what to make of him other than, oh, this guy is unhinged. And I don't know that he has anything that can quite reach him. Let me just open up Rami's character sheet for a second.
He could cast Sanctuary on Bobino.
That's what I was looking for. I knew he had like a shielding spell. Yeah. Can you reach him? That's 30 feet in the air. Range 30 feet. I think he has to take a movement to get right up to him. So that's what he'll do. Rami runs up to the base of the stage and with his quarterstaff does kind of like a lobbing motion over his shoulder and tucks the spell up over Gnosti's head and casts this glowing sanctuary around Bobino on the highest platform up top. He's still looking scared as he's watching all of this unfold below him. You can see he's trying and like pulling at his chains without much effect. Mamori, you're up.
All right, well, while all of this is happening, starting from when Sildra cast the Mind Spike, and Gnosti kind of reacts a bit to that. Bamori kind of takes a little bit of a step back from you guys. She's looking a bit uncomfortable with all of this heavy magic use. Like she knows you guys are magic, but it's kind of a different thing to see it play out quite so immediately in front of her. But she is going to roll a little closer while everybody's magicking.
So she's just like moving forward. Gotcha. Sildra, we're back to you.
You said that Gnosti isn't looking good, right?
You did take a big bite out of his health with just that one mind spike.
Cool. I do not want to kill him. So, just in case, before I make any decisions, anything I do is going to be non-lethal. Putting that out there.
Okay, good to know.
If I throw a firebolt, it's a non-lethal firebolt. Chromatic orb. And we will do fire, because that's Sildra's thing. 12 plus 6 is 18.
Ooh, that hits.
Nice. That's another 3d8s. So 8 points of damage.
Cool.
We kill Gnosti!
Awesome.
Just kidding.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
No, not yet.
Non-lethally.
Non-lethally killed Gnosti.
You non-lethally throw a fireball at this man's head. Sildra. Yeah, you cast fireball in Gnosti's direction, and it does hit him square in the chest and starts to burn away some of the shimmering green draperies that he's adorned himself with. He stumbles back, and he's looking rough. Sildra, you are messing this guy up. He is, up till recently, a non-magical mortal human. He's athletic, sure. He's a circus performer, but you are laying into him in a way that he is not built for. And as you are striking at him, you can see in the reflection of his bright green glasses cracks starting to form. And you can see him shaking his head more and more frantically as he stumbles back to his standing upright. Oh my, soldier, they really were right about you. You are something amazing indeed. They talk about you quite frequently. I do what I can to appease them, to get them to really see the value I can bring to this partnership. But every now and again they'll have something to say about you that's just really, really insightful. What is it about you, Sylph?
Who's they?
Oh, the only one that matters here. Don't worry, they'll be thrilled to meet you. I insist you stick around. Mateo, you're up.
Would we say that glasses are held or carried?
I guess held on his face?
Held by his nose.
Are they tied down on his head?
These ones don't have his other pair had kind of librarian beatery on it.
Wow.
But these ones are just they're kind of, I guess, not tied to him necessarily.
And they have been knocked aside several times.
They're still on his face. They're a little
Yes.
askew.
Yes, they've
They
been
haven't,
askewed
flown
by
off.
force, you could
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try and gust these off his head. Which can't break them, but I want to get them off his head potentially, if that's possible, please. So I guess this is a strength contest.
Okay.
So see if he can beat a 12 strength.
Okay. That is a 13, and that's without a modifier.
Excellent. All right, he gets his hair blown around, I guess.
Yeah, Mateo, you blow a gust of wind at him, and it does put out any remaining singes from from Sildra's fireball.
It's like one of those shampoo commercials.
Yeah, he's standing upright, hair blowing in the wind, cape billowing behind him, singed and torn through now, fairly significantly. Yes, both of you. Fascinating, your your magical prowess. Now, what would you say if I could offer you an internship of sorts? I know, you're neither of you the godly types, and listen, neither is my little friend here. You know, I've been sending the clowns out to do a little R&D for me, so to say. You know, a little birdie has told me that someone here is very interested in my banishment bombs, so to say, and let me tell you, I've done some phenomenal work on them in the last month or so. If you're interested and willing to help spread the good word of my dear friend here, I'd be more than happy to part ways with a handful of them, if you are willing to join me on this little venture of mine. What say you two, huh? Spellcasters 1 and 2? Or 3, as it were.
Gnosti, why did you start this troupe in the first place?
What? To provide a home for those without any, those outcast and cast aside and away, unwanted and unloved. Those who needed a home and a place to belong.
And how's that working out for you with this new venture of yours?
I mean, I've never been happier. We've never been making more money. We've never been making more of a difference. And at the end of the day, isn't that what matters? Making some sort of a difference in this world? Doing something that matters?
Like destroying it?
Destroying the old ways, sure. But they need to be destroyed. They need to be changed. That's what I'm doing. I'm changing things for the better. You'll see.
Yeah, Bobino looks really happy about that.
The youth will not understand. He hasn't been around long enough to really grasp the opportunity at hand and his place in it. Some people are meant to get all the way to the finish line, and some people are meant to help others get there.
Not really a safe space for poor little Bobino, is it?
He's... how to say? He's served the troupe in plenty of other ways, and this will be the best way yet. Isn't that right, young man? So, if you could get me down, I think there's a ladder around back. Come on, boss. I want to go back down. I'm sure Effie's been looking for me. I was supposed to help her this afternoon. Hear the joy in his voice?
No.
On the precipice of greatness.
Sildra, don't hold back.
I wasn't planning on it. Not at this point.
Gnosti is not doing well. He's putting on a big bravado right now, but you can see his legs are shaking and he is struggling to not, gasp through every couple of sentences. And kind of aware he's a bit on the back foot, he whirls his bullwhip over his head, wraps it off to the side, and from a pile of various scraps of construction material and batons and other stray performance props and what have yous, he starts to summon a construct that is rather familiar because it's essentially a larger version of the dancing horse automaton that you saw in his workshop about a month ago. Assembled unicorn construct stares the four of you down with glowing green eyes and lowers its head threateningly with a spike of just scrap wire and rebar staring down at you threateningly. This thing is going to charge at you, Sildra.
Good.
Oh, a perfect 30 feet.
Opportunity attack, please, for me and Rami.
Absolutely. Yeah, as this thing comes charging, you both have the chance to whack this thing upside the head.
Okay, this thing, when it like gets like it's like it materialized and then just immediately ran over here.
Yeah, it
Mateo.
assembled itself from the scrap materials and then reared back and starts charging at you.
Mateo just like lifts his hands up to try to like cover himself from this horse thing that he doesn't know is like gonna get him or not. And when his hands brush it, he does shocking grasp.
Ooh.
Oh.
So some cute little lightning is gonna shock this
Ooh.
horse. So I get advantage if the wearer armor is made of metal, and this is a metal horse, correct?
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay, cool. 20. That's
Oh.
a 20 plus 4 to
Oh my
hit.
God.
Yeah, I mean that hits. You
Okay.
hit this horse.
Cool. And then it's 2d8.
I'll say Rami misses his opportunity attack.
8 damage.
It is damaged as it charges past you, Mateo, but it is still going to charge down at you, Sildra.
Mhm.
Just like barreling down on top of you, trying to trample and or impale you.
Yay.
But it rolls a 4.
Yay.
So it kind of just, you dodge out of the way and this thing charges right past you. You're unharmed. This horse is harmed. And it is just kind of like pawing at the ground and snorting, ready to whip back around. Let's see. It is Rami's turn again. And while he did miss the horse as it charged by, it's super within range now. So he is going to go and try and just like smash this thing with his quarterstaff. Ooh, that does hit. Rami, seeing the horse automaton rush past the three of you, essentially, whips around, caught off guard, but he was able to dodge out of the way of its initial bull rush, and then whips around a nasty crack over this thing's back. The horse cries out in like a mechanical, tinny voice as this thing is now kind of like sloughing off various parts and pieces. When his quarterstaff came down on it, it had stuff flying off of it. Mamori, you are up.
All right, well, everybody seems to be doing great. So Mamori's going to continue to sneak towards Bobino.
Get the child.
So we're going to go vertical here, if possible. So this is 10 feet in the air, Grace? Mamori's 5'10".
Yep, there is like scaffolding and things. This looks like it would have like some sort of like skirt or something around it on like actual
Right.
performance night, but because it's just dress rehearsal, it's not fully done up yet. So you can see like the scaffolding and the kind of like skeletal structure underneath that's, you know, making up these various tiers.
How a little tiny little ladder on the little feet, Grace?
Of course not.
Great. All right. Well,
Of course not.
all right. Mamori tries to scale the scaffolding. I don't.
Give me an athletics check.
Ha ha ha. That's a 16 plus 6 for athletics.
Oh.
Oh, you fly up that first tier. I will say, because that's like, I'm calling that difficult terrain because you are like scrambling up the side. You can get up to that first like raised platform.
Okay. So like
So you're on like that first raised tier. So you're 10 feet in the air right now. You're on the same platform that Gnosti is on.
perfect. Mamori makes eye contact at Bobino and puts her hand to her lips in a shushing motion.
Nods his head very like quickly at you. Only sort of rattles his chains and then kind of catches himself and he's like, tries to hold himself very, very still.
Baby. While I'm here, darn it, I'm trying to debate whether or not I want to do this. No. Okay, we're gonna hang out here. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna
Yeah.
let our teammates cook, and we're gonna hang out.
Sildra.
Let's do firebolt.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
2 firebolts.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to roll for firebolts. Yo-ho-ho! That's 23.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep. Yeah, I'm finding my D10.
Gnosti is
There we go.
cooked.
I like
He is now
Gnosti's
fried chicken.
perfectly grilled. Flambéed. Gnosti flambe. Don't let me down. You let me down.
Wow.
That's 2 points of damage.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Oh,
I did.
I mean, but does Gnosti live though? Be honest, Grace.
he does live. You cast Firebolt at Gnosti, and again, he kind of stumbles back with the force of your spell casting. With that Firebolt, part of his sleeve catches flame, and he looks down at it, and he looks down at you, and he smacks his sleeve against an unlit torch next to him. And as the torch catches light, it flashes from an orange flame to a brilliant green one. And you can see, for just a second, a flicker of something reverberate around the room.
Oh, I hate that.
Mateo, it's your turn.
I've had enough of this man.
Finish him.
I'm going to strafe a little bit this way in order to not hurt my beloved companions, and going to cast Thunder Wave, which affects 15-foot cube. So Nasti's at the edge of that cube.
Mm.
And can he make a Constitution saving throw for me, please? He has to beat a 12.
That's a 15.
Cool. So on that, he only takes half damage of my 3d8s.
Mm.
Ha 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 ha.
Nice.
So he takes 7 damage. And well, he stands his ground, so that's nice for him. But he takes 7 damage. So there's like a big boom, and this is more powerful than the thunderclap that Mateo has done before, and it like pushes anything that's like loose on the ground away from him by like 10 feet.
Oh my god. That's really, really cool. That thunder wave that you cast, Mateo, has him clutching his bullwhip and clutching the edge of the stage with what seems like the very last of his strength. And you can see now the glasses are cracking even further, and you can see smoke coming off of his shaking form. He is wheezing, and he is gasping, and he is looking up at you from over his glasses. And you can see his eyes are flickering from that brilliant green to his natural black. And you can see him squinting and trying to, like, focus his eyes on you.
Weak enough for you?
Young boy in blue, here. What are you doing? Shakes his head as he brings himself up
Nasty, someone's trying to upstage you.
with a shaky breath. You see him pull himself up as if on strings, trying to right himself from his back to his shoulders to finally his outstretched arms. He's shaking, he is smoldering, and he is going to cast pyrotechnics around him. Ah, fireworks! With arms outstretched and the last of his strength, he casts a massive fireworks display over the whole center arena. These shimmering emerald sparks fly up and explode into a spray of brilliant, sparkling glitter as they fall and descend, one by one, hit the various torches littered around the stage. And with each successive light that hits each successive torch, you see that flickering green light that you saw just a moment ago, flashing more and more insistently, until you can start to see patterns and runes start to alight around the perimeter of the stage as the final spark lands on the topmost torch right above Bobino's head. The summoning circle that Matteo you saw sketched out in his workshop alights in full. Staring down at the three of you, and with the last of his strength, he says, "Maybe curtains for me, but I assure you, the real star is just on cue." As he collapses in a heap on the stage. Story Hoard is produced by Grace, Maddie, Margaret, and Kev. Our theme song was written and composed by Vocal Outburst. Follow for updates and artwork on Twitter and Tumblr at StoryHoardPod, or visit our website at storyhoard.card.co. You can find all these links and more in the description of this episode. Gnosti's dying, man! I'm so sad!
He's fine.
He's not dying.
Ah! What have you done to my boy?
Effie will come running in here and slap him back into consciousness.
Get your best friend in here to set you right. But oh my goodness.
We charred him like a rotisserie chicken.
Oh my god, you have deep fried him! He's singed. He's migrained.
Gnosti's gonna wake up with like a burnt butt, the worst headache.
He's the only one who lost hit points here.
Yeah, he really is. Here's what he did. He showed up.
Stole a child.
He set off some fireworks.
Yeah.
He summoned a unicorn that did nothing.
Gave a monologue.
Failed to hit any of you. Gave a monologue.
Gave at least 3 monologues.
And then he died.
Served looks, then died.
But did I look good, Effie? Tell me I served. Don't worry, you ate.
Like no one ever did.